Welcome guys, today we present to you the top 5 action games released on mobile. Before watching the video, put a like and subscribe to the channel. Enjoy the video. Guardians Odyssey, an online game with a size of 600 megabytes, available on Android only. Guardians Odyssey is an RPG that gives you the chance to bring a brave warrior to life in medieval-looking settings. In each one of these locations, you have to go toe-to-toe against tons of rivals who are all on a mission to put an end to your journey. To protect yourself or attack, you have multiple weapons and attacks that you can use according to your needs in each combat. In Guardians Odyssey, you can choose from different game modes depending on the number of enemies you want to face. In every mode, you have to be quick in order to use the weapons available and achieve your goal of defeating all the enemy warriors. Likewise, you can gradually improve your skills to help you beat even stronger opponents. The visuals in Guardians Odyssey will transport you to settings straight out of medieval times. Thanks to its excellent graphics engine and great use of physics in the movements, you just have to keep an eye out for enemies to deliver the most powerful attacks you can manage at all times.
Why, hello there.
Murderous Pursuits, an online game with a size of 600 megabytes, available on Android and iPhone. Murderous Pursuits is a role-playing game that challenges you to go on board the HMCS Britannic ship in order to get rid of the suspicious player before they get to you. Pay close attention to the different settings and keep your eyes open to strike the enemy at the right moment. The 3D visuals also make it really easy for you to identify the players and other elements. In the beginning, you'll be introduced to the story by opening a letter that one of the guests wrote to you to put you in context. After that, you become one of the passengers of the ship and begin your search for the enemy without knowing their identity. Keep your eyes open at all times and pay close attention to the 8 players who are part of each game. You should also know that there are many other characters controlled by the game whose sole purpose is to confuse you. The control system is quite simple and intuitive because you just have to click on the joystick on the screen to move your character. Plus, you can always click on the screen in order to rotate the camera and observe the setting from another perspective. Also, when there's a suspicious character in front of you, you'll see a button that you can use to strike. You'll have a great time aboard this wooden ship while trying to discover the suspects of each game.
Stop the bloodshed. Shall we see?
Hello Neighbor Diaries, an offline game with a size of 1.5 gigabytes, available on Android and iPhone. Hello Neighbor Diaries is a first-person horror game that takes you back into the universe of the well-known game created by TinyBuild. In this title, you will be immersed in settings full of unknowns in which you will try to avoid being intercepted by a shady neighbor. After opening a box full of memories, the story's young protagonist will have to move through each room of the house to avoid the sinister villain. By means of a visual section in 3D, you will be in charge of seeing, under a subjective vision, each of the elements present in the scenes. In the same way, whenever you need it, you will have the option to interact with each item or collect them to use them when you need them. As in the first part of the saga, in Hello Neighbor Diaries, you will have a really simple control system. Just tap on the D-pad to move in any direction in the settings while tapping on the action buttons to open doors or use objects. It should be noted that you can also throw stones or other resources to distract the neighbor. Hello Neighbor Diary will allow you to live new adventures in this terrifying universe where you will have to escape from a fearsome villain. As you advance through the interior of the house and some of the exterior areas of the home, little by little, you will solve missions and challenges that will help you to escape alive from this adventure. Mad Zombies, an offline game with a size of 350 megabytes, available on Android and iPhone. In the FPS Mad Zombies, you'll have to take on an entire zombie apocalypse, Thankfully there's an enormous arsenal of weapons at your disposal, including machine guns, shotguns, rifles and much more. Mad Zombies has very simple controls. Just aim your weapon with your left thumb and tap the buttons on the right to fire. Launch grenades, use the first aid kit and reload. Like many FPSs, your character is either stationary or moves automatically. And in between missions, you can upgrade your firearms, but make sure to invest all the money that you win in missions in your weapons, or you might have a hard time defeating the zombies in the next one. Overall, Mad Zombies is an entertaining FPS, although the concept lacks originality. Although this title doesn't manage to really stand out in any particular area, it does offer a solid game experience.
You win! Only the dead have seen the end of war.
Critical Ops, an online game with a size of 750 megabytes, available on Android and iPhone. Critical Ops is a first-person multiplayer shooter that goes something like this. There are two teams made up of up to 6 players, terrorists and anti-terrorists. There are also 2 maps, and depending on your team, your job is to place or deactivate a bomb or simply get rid of as many opponents as you possibly can. Controls are perfectly adapted to touchscreen smartphones. On the left-hand side of the screen, you'll find the virtual stick. In order to rotate the camera and aim your gun, you just have to slide your finger towards the right side of the screen. You can also find the shoot, reload, jump and duck buttons on the right side. There are very obvious similarities between this game and Counter-Strike. You can even find similarities in the repertoire, where you'll find several different submachine guns, assault rifles, sniper rifles or shotguns, and don't forget that you can also grab firearms and weapons from the bad guys you've already taken out. Critical Ops in an outstanding FPS multiplayer in every way. This really is one of the best games in this genre for Android and iOS, even better than Critical Strike Portable, which was developed by the same studio.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble.